Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm GC Smith, and welcome to part 2 of the Shadows of Innistrad Spoiler season for day 6. Part 1 we looked at all the rare lands that had been spoilt today, the 5 allied coloured dual lands, and this part we're going to look at the remaining spoilers from the last 24 hours. First up is Burn From Within. X and a red for a rare sorcery with Burn From Within deals X damage to target creature or player. If a creature is dealt damage this way, it loses indestructible until end of turn, and if a creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Fireball, that removes indestructibility. Not terribly interesting for standard purposes, probably more of a commander clause or a modern clause or a clause for future spoilers, either from this set or from Eldritch Moon, or even a plant for the next standard season to come. The exile clause, however, is relevant, but it's still really just a fireball, not terribly exciting at sorcery speed. It'll get there sometimes, but not terribly standard playable in my opinion. Nothing terribly exciting, really. Next up, we have Engulf the Shore. 3 and a blue for a rare instant. Return to their owner's hands all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control. This card is really good, I guess, for modern Blue Moon, a deck that runs a lot of islands, and doesn't run that many creatures. Very powerful there at instant speed. It's their 4-mana wipe, I guess. In standard, this doesn't really have too many applications. You're never really going to have that many islands to make this viable. Even in a blue-white control deck, you're 4-5 islands at most games. In most games you play. I don't think this will be too viable. It's competing in its slot with cards like Languish. It's instant, but Languish just does so much more, so much quicker. My experience in testing is the aggro decks, you want to clear the board as quickly as possible, and if Engulf the Shore doesn't really do too much to stall them, they just rebuild very quickly. It might help against the vampire deck when they've discarded a lot of cards, but still not awfully exciting. Next up we have Call the Bloodline. 1 and a black for a uncommon enchantment. Pay 1 and discard a card. Put a 1/1 black vampire knight token with lifelink onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only once per turn. I really do like this card. The flavour of it is all the bloodlines meeting up with Olivia to join some sort of fight. The flavour text suggests it's at Sorin's call with, in response to Sorin's appeal, Olivia Voldaren resorted to the full power of her lineage, summoning all members to Fortress Lurenbram. Not really sure what's going on. We've not even really seen much about Nahiri's involvement in all of this, beyond blowing up Markov Manor and being angry at Sorin for something. But hopefully we will see something about this sooner. Still, the enchantment's fairly good. Cheap Madness Enabler. I can almost see the scene play in a black-white based control deck. They really need life gain, and this would help. Neat card, probably will see play in limited. I can definitely see situations where this card will help you get there in limited. Next up we have Ulvenweld Mysteries. 2 and a green for a uncommon enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, investigate. And whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a 1/1 white human soldier creature token onto the battlefield. A card that slots right into the white-green human deck. This suggests to me that white-green humans is going to be kind of a investigate deck along with blue-green in limited. So maybe Bant is all this like investigating stuff, which I have no big problem with. It's just kind of dull to just see all these things that just investigates. What, you're going to need 100 clue tokens to play limited? It just feels a little clunky and a little bit annoying, but it's still a sweet card nonetheless. The ability to get human tokens when you sacrifice a clue makes this card far more powerful than you otherwise would think. Next up we have Tireless Tracker. 2 and a green for a rare 3/2 human scout creature. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. And whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a 1/1 counter on Tireless Tracker. You see, these are the kind of cards, though, that are actually good with clues, because they give you something when you sack them beyond the draw of a card. It gives you reasons to create clues, which none of the other clue creation things have really done much of a way to. 3 mana to add Investigate to all your instants and sorceries isn't terribly exciting. The ability to do things that are going to happen and investigate, like Tireless Tracker, is a lot better. Like, he is a creature on his own. He has irrelevant clause when clues are sacked, and he inherently gives you clues as you play the game. He doesn't even take away from your deck like cards like Ulven World Mysteries do, but even Ulven World Mysteries has the payoff clause to really make it playable. And the blue ones we've seen so far, not really in that realm of things. But still, Tireless Tracker is a very nice card. We'll definitely see play in Limited, and maybe in Constructed, depending on how the human deck pans out. I'm not certain myself, we have to wait and see. And finally for today we have Prodder, 2 and a red for a rare 3/2 devil creature. It has menace, and at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library. Any opponent may have you put that card into your graveyard. If a player does, Prodder deals damage to that player equal to that card's converted mana cost. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. This card is... I really hate this card. Not because it's bad, don't get me wrong, this card's really powerful. I hate this because this is red getting card draw. Red already has the kind of stretched thing of exiling cards to end a turn and then getting to play them, but that's never the same as having them in your hand. Having them in your hand allows you to use them later. Red is like use them now, and Prodder doesn't fit that at all. It's I draw cards and you lose life. Okay, the losing life is kind of cool, and the punishment mechanic's very red. All of this is very red, but card advantage isn't. You know, red and white, the two things they share is they're very bad at card advantage compared to the other colours. And this punishes your opponent twice. I don't know. I don't like this card simply from a design point of view, really. I think it's a very powerful card, and it's going to see play probably in Standard somewhere. But I don't like what it does to the colour pie. So there's that. But still, very sweet card, and we'll definitely see play. So that's it from today's spoilers, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed today's videos in spoilerishness. Might have another video out later, depending on what other things I've got to do and how the script writing goes for that. Still, look out for that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.